Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is Tools with Souls, and that over there is Tools and Tactics, or as we like to call him, Coochie. He is the man, he's the myth, he's the legend. He's a little hairy today, but it is normal for him because, well, why shave? Anyway, we've got a new guest tonight, someone that we've been watching for a little while here on YouTube, and we're really excited to bring him to you guys so you can get to know him a little bit better. Now, he may or may not professionally be a stand-in for a Smurf. That is unquestionable once you see the man. He's got the hands that would make any mama proud to sit on. And most importantly, of all the things in this world, he loves tools, and he loves showing tools and talking about tools. So we're going to let him come here and talk to you guys about some tools. He's going to introduce himself. He's going to talk about who he is and what he does and how he got here. But before all of that, because I've been way too kind to him so far, I want you to know that the last time I met him, I stepped over him and asked him how my hair smelled. And without much further ado, here he is, Kaled Ross.
Oh, no.
What's up?
That's it. I'm out of here. That was super. What are you, 6 inches taller than me? That's not that bad. Come on.
6 inches.
Ask a woman if 6 inches matters.
No. It's about the motion. Okay. What's going
That's
on?
great. What's up?
I'm Kaled Ross. I don't know what to do with my hands.
All right. We got Ricky Bobby on the screen with us.
All right. So
he is officially now going to be called Ricky Bobby instead of Kaled Ross.
I'll change my name. I'm going to do it right after this stream. I'll change my name.
So Robert Walton, Budsville, your boy Ram, Stephen B, TC Kids Solo, Paul W, and SZO Panther. We see all. We appreciate y'all being here. Jamie True, I see you there as well. Robert Walton. All of our regulars are here. As you guys know, Coochie and I do this every single week. We don't have a lot to say to each other.
No, because we talk every freaking day, probably for like 3 hours out of the day, every day.
Well, pretty much.
That's a little. Okay.
Little excessive.
No,
Nah.
not at all. I talk to him more than I talk to my wife.
What else is an inspector going to do all day?
MB Forwood. Hey, all. Hope you're having a good weekend, a safe and upcoming week. Thank you, Mr. Forwood. We appreciate it. TC Kids Solo. So, Kaled, why don't you tell the people about yourself? What do you do for a living?
I actually just got promoted to lead maintenance tech. So now I manage the group of maintenance guys right now. Every single one of them are older than me, so it's a little weird so far. But mainly I work on conveyor systems. We also do like regular maintenance for a building. Bollards, signs, lights, light fixtures, and slight electrical work. I actually have to go renew my QEW tomorrow, but
nice.
But I don't know.
Look, that's a very subtle brag. I gotta go renew my QEW tomorrow. Supervise guys that are older than me.
No.
I just got promoted. What he's not telling us all is that his dad runs the company.
No.
He's just showing up, collecting a paycheck.
My dad's actually a welder. He did actually help me get into the trades though. When I was 18, I needed a job, and he was like, "Well, come bring your ass out here and be a fitter for me." So I did. He did help me with that, but I was only there about 8 months before I ended up fighting a supervisor. Like fist fighting in the parking lot. So didn't go that well. Ended up being a maintenance guy like a month later with my father-in-law at a different place. And we were doing that for 6 months. And my wife we were married, but she's in the Navy. So she came back. We needed to move to Jacksonville. Like,
Hats off to her, bro. Thanks for her service.
oh, thank you. She actually just got deployed, like today.
Yeah.
So
And you're here.
That's the only reason I'm available right now. But anyway, we needed to move to Jacksonville like stat. So I had to quit that maintenance job, come to Jacksonville the next day, just to get her to live somewhere, basically, because she was on the street because she's married. She can't be in the barracks or anything.
No,
Did you just say she was on the street?
Oh, no.
I mean,
No,
that's what I heard. She's on the street.
No.
Coochie, did you hear the same thing?
No.
I mean, I don't want to talk about somebody else's wife, but that's what he said.
No, but I needed a job like instantly. And next thing I know, I applied for Amazon at like a warehouse. And there's not even an interview for that. You apply, you're in the next day.
Wow.
That fast. They're like, oh, you passed a drug test and get to work. Just like that. So that's how I found the company I'm working for right now. Is Amazon actually third-party contracts all their maintenance. So while I was working for Amazon, I was kind of talking to the guys. It's a Jones Lang Sales, the company. So you go to and be like, hey, I'm a blue-collar man. I'm just here because I have to be. Buttered them up, did like some of their maintenance for them, basically. And then they were like, dude, you're in.
There you
Took
go.
a test, a mechanical aptitude test, and I got in the next day. Been there for 2.5 years now, something like that.
Wow.
There you go.
God bless.
Yeah, it was good. Good.
Never wanted to work at an Amazon anything.
Don't.
Would you say you work for Amazon like underneath them, like from your paychecks as maintenance, or is it something else?
No, it's from Jones Lang LaSalle. Like,
okay, I got you. Nice.
Yeah. So I don't actually listen to any Amazon guys. They have to go to my company. Then my company has to tell me what to do.
Contracted.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Okay. Because it's all about the benefits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which working for Amazon really wasn't that bad. I was at a pretty cool site. They had a bunch of robots, and
That's cool.
I immediately signed up to work on the robots. And
that's cool too.
Yeah. So we were working on robots 6 months and showed what I could do. Then got onto this company.
God
Yeah,
bless
everyone
you.
can hear that dog, right?
Yes.
Okay. I should go fix
I thought it was just your other coochie barking.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn the noise cancellation on high now and see what happens.
Heard Amazon is tough on. I have no idea. You would know.
Yeah, me too.
What's the turnover at Amazon?
Amazon. When I got hired at Amazon, they hired 160 people that day.
Mm.
And 3 weeks later, it was me and 3 other people left. That was it.
Wow.
And that's just like every week, there's more people. Every single week, there's new hires.
So,
and like groups of them.
Because they have high standards or because of the latter?
I don't know. Like,
you don't have to say it online. I
came from
the latter a little bit, right?
And from maintenance. And when I got to Amazon, it wasn't that bad. Like, I was expecting it to be horrible from the stories. When I got there, and I was like, it's the most like brain dead work ever. Scan this.
People forget.
Move it over there. Scan. Just move it. And that's all you're doing all day. The only thing that's weird was like they track your scan to scan. And if there's too much time in between, they're like, time off task, you're fired.
Nice.
So that's a big issue. But it wasn't that big of an issue to me because it was like.
So you mean to tell me they expect you to work the whole time they're paying you? That's wild, dude.
I know, right?
That's a concept for 2024.
It really is.
They are aware that they're mainly hiring millennials, right?
Yeah.
What is it? Millennial? What's the new one? Zennial?
Gen Z.
Yeah.
Zennial.
Zennial.
I don't know what they're called. Like, I know it's Gen Z, but they call themselves like something special. Like, I don't know.
No clue.
I thought it was Zennial.
I guess I would actually technically be Gen Z because I'm 22.
Yeah, I think I actually fall into millennial, I think.
Millennial generation ended in 96, I think they said.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm 88.
Yeah, something like that. Gen X over here.
Anybody ever wonder why I answer the way I answer to people? It's because I'm a Gen X and I just don't care about your feelings and I don't expect you to care about mine.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck it, let's go. We can have that back and forth. I like it. No, it's funny that you're 22 years old. When I was 22 years old, I was still in college. I was playing basketball, and it was my first year of playing basketball professionally. So I had graduated college at 22 and started playing basketball professionally. I had no thanks, Shaka. Thank you very much. Gifted 5 membership. Nice. I had no plans on ever becoming a professional working in the trades. My whole goal was to start a business and like have an office job where I didn't have to work outside and I didn't have to get sweaty or work with my hands. And that lasted right up until I met some of the ladies that were in the office. And I was like, well, fuck this. I'm going to go work outside.
Yeah.
I can't stand office politics, like people talking behind your back. And because I'm like, you guys, the way I am here is the way I am in real life. I just don't care. I'm like, fuck it. You like me, you don't like me, you hate me, you love me, whatever, man. That's up to you. I like me, I'm good. Right?
Yeah.
My son is a millennial, and a conversation between the two of us is almost impossible because he's very feelings oriented. He cares what people think of him. And I'm just like, whoa, what the hell is that, sir? Where the fuck did you learn that? You didn't have a mom hanging around you while you were growing up. It was just me. And I know you didn't get that shit from me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so strange. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, Caleb, how does it feel to work with people your age in the trade?
I don't work with people my age. I've actually never worked with anybody my age. I think that, like, I actually have taken on more of a Gen X mindset than my Gen Z mindset. Like, I was always around people older than me. Was on a roof with my dad because he owned a roofing company for a while when I was a kid before the economy crashed in 2008 or something like that.
Yep.
So I was always around his buddies. Never really got some friends of my own, basically. I was just hanging out with all these old heads. Then every job I've had, welding, everybody was 40 plus. Everyone at maintenance is 40 plus. And everybody that I work with now, there's 2 guys that are 24 and 28, and then everyone else is 40 to 70 years old. So
that's the way to do it right there.
I get along with the older generation better than my own. Like,
that's
what's happened.
That's pretty much my story. Yeah.
Well, I had a young fellow working for me once. He was working for me, and he decided to pick a fight with me. And he was about 5'6" and 150 pounds. And I don't know if you guys ever watched professional wrestling. I power bombed him onto the hood of his truck.
That's what I want to hear. I was like, which wrestling move?
Yeah. I picked him up on my shoulder and just threw him down back first on the top of his truck. And that just, it's like, it's time for you to go, sir. I thought it was funny. Like, I didn't know what to, like, I had never had anybody wanting to do that with me on the job. Say, yeah, I've got a mouth, but most of the dudes my age, they're just like, yeah, fuck it. It's just like a game. We just talk back and forth. It's banter.
Yeah.
There's no hard feelings to it. It's just funny. Right. And then you get some of these young people and you say the wrong thing to them and they're like, they're having an issue.
Oh man,
they can't move.
What
Now,
seems
I'll just
so crazy to me is I have almost the opposite going on at work right now, where there's this guy, he's 45, and I was trying to show him, he's newer, but he just got out of the Navy. And I was trying to show him how to put together these brackets they want us to mount. And it's 2 pieces. And I was like, you put it together just like this and mount it. And he's like, I was like, it's 2 pieces, just like this.
well, he was in the Navy, so he's probably eating.
Yeah,
He's
but
used
then
to a lot more semen.
He looked at me and he was like, if you tell anyone about this, I'm going to beat your face in. And I'm like, I'm waiting. And
I'm
he's
just
like,
gonna tell
you don't know what
60,000 subscribers on YouTube.
It was a great time.
That's
I
right.
was never in the military. My father was in the military. So how in the hell did you come to YouTube? What possessed you, and what have you learned thus far?
Why did I come to YouTube? Well, originally, when I first came to YouTube,
There you go.
was probably when I was like 13, and I was riding BMX at the skate park like every day. So I wanted to be a professional BMX rider. So I was posting videos of like 10, 11, 12, 13, just posting YouTube videos of me riding a bike. And then my parents said, you're going to play football. You're not riding BMX anymore. I'm going to be a professional BMX rider, right? I figured it out. And like, this is where I'm going to be in life. I'm going to be a BMX rider. And then they were not having it, got rid of my BMX bike, made me start doing football and other things like that, getting a job.
Yeah.
They always wanted me to go to college for football, but it never seemed right for me. Like, I was actually an All-American in high school, but I like hate football. It was very strange. I like the challenge of it, but I'm not really in love with the sport itself, personally. So I came to be 18, and my parents were like, what college are you going to? I'm like, I'm not going. I'm like, bullshit, you're going to college. And then I think I ended up going to some college for like 6 months, and then COVID happened. Or am I allowed to say that on YouTube?
Yeah, knock yourself out. I don't care.
So as soon as that hit, they're like, college is done. You're going home. I was like, it's a sign. Obviously, this is not what's supposed to happen to me. So then I started working. I was like, shit, what am I going to do? I was a carpenter's apprentice for like 4 weeks. Okay. But then the guy didn't pay me at all. Dang. So I was like, am I getting paid or not, dude? And he's like, oh, you're apprentice. Don't worry, I'll pay you one day. I'm like,
one day.
I'm like, what? So then I had to get 2 side jobs at the same time. I was working at a shoe store and a GNC after I got off from being a carpenter's apprentice. Then one day, the guy sent me to tear apart a dock, and then left me there. He's like, all right, yeah, tear it up. I'll be back when you're done. So I tear down this whole, it was like a 2-story dock on the river. Tore the whole thing down by myself, came back, still hasn't paid me. It's been like 2 months at this time, maybe. I'm like, wow. I can't keep doing this for free, man. Like, I'm making more money at GNC and Hibbett than you're paying me because you're not paying me anything. So then I had fallen out with that guy. Haven't talked to him since that day. I just never showed up.
Why?
Yeah, that's so strange.
Like, come on, man. So then that's when I had to go weld with my dad. I'm like, I need a job that's actually going to pay me because I need to make some money, move out. I don't want to live with you guys forever. Then that's when me and my wife started dating. Yeah, we were dating about then. And I don't know, it's like the whole time it felt like something was missing. Like, welding was actually awesome. I loved welding. But it was like, I'm not having fun doing this. Like, something's missing. Went on to be a maintenance guy. Something's still missing. Then, I mean, I watched you guys. I remember I saw Tactics when Flex first came out. And I'm like, oh, Flex looks awesome. Oh, my God. So then I had like a set of Cobalt XCRs, a set of Makitas, the XDD 16 and the 14 or whatever.
The 16 solid, dude. I don't care what anybody says. The 16 is a good one.
I'm getting there. So hold on a second. I had the XDR set, the Makita set, and now I had a Flex set. And then I planned on making YouTube videos like, I want to be like these guys. I was watching VCG, Tactics, Mancaver, Sauls, basically everybody. I was like, that's what I want to do. That's what's missing. Videoed it. The XET 16 burst into flames. It actually did. Like, it was like 10 minutes in. It was literally caught on fire. And I was like, no! Scrap the video because I didn't have any money at the time. I was like, fuck! I gotta take it back now.
Dude, those are the videos to keep.
Yeah.
I realize that now. That probably could have got me started a lot earlier.
Yeah.
I kept it.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, the video sucks. I don't have a microphone. Can't hear anything. It's on fire. No one wants to see their favorite band catch on fire. Come on. Right.
One of us would want to see a Makita catch on fire. That's the only way to watch a Makita video is if it catches on fire. I'm just saying they suck. A lot of people are talking about your love for VCG.
This was like what, 4 years?
RW's comment 721. It hit the nail on the head.
I can't even see chat. Is there a way I can see the chat?
Watch this.
Top right, it says comments.
VCG used to be great. It changed.
Right.
Yeah. What changed is homeboy found out he could make money selling.
Yeah.
Instead of actually showing, he decided to make money selling. It's actually rather sad.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question on that note, because I don't like to really endorse anything or really recommend anything. Somebody wants me to do a VPN. Is anybody interested in a VPN, trying it for free and seeing if you're on the dark web? If you are and it would help you out, I've been blowing this guy off for about 6 emails in 3 months, but he keeps emailing me. If anyone's interested, hit me up at some point and let me know if you are, because I'll do it just for you, but I don't really care if I make money on it or not.
Now, what is he said? He has 9 guys that look just like me. It's impossible. I'm one of them.
That's a whole lot of ugly. Anyway,
And
don't worry. I was there to defend you. I told him to just pick the one guy he likes and see how far the relationship can go. I'm there for him. I support his alternative lifestyle. That's what we used to call it. Now it's called like normal, I guess. I don't fucking
They
know.
normalized it. Yeah, it's normal.
Up. Yeah, your generation's messed up. Anyway, we've already established that. I have no desire to try out a VPN. I'm just going to say that now. Oh, it's interesting. Now, my story was pretty much like I never thought about getting on and doing YouTube, and it really never even occurred to me because, like, I'm an angry dude. Like, I just come across as angry, even though I am always like laughing and joking, and anybody that's around me is having a good time. They're gonna laugh, and but like my personality is kind of grating on people. Like I'm like what like sand to an oyster. I just irritate the hell out of you, and after a while, a pearl pops out. It's a double-sided joke there. Anyway, but I never like it never occurred to me to even try to do YouTube. What's up, Dave? And then I saw an idiot lie. And I've had these tools, like the tools that you guys see, for the most part, I had them long before I ever started a channel. So I kind of knew what was up, and I had used them, almost all of them professionally, although some of them I just picked up to just have. to use around the house or whatever. But I had used them all professionally. And when I heard the tool bear say that Bauer was on the same level as Rigid and Cobalt, I was like, okay, that's a load of shit there. I don't know where he went, so I'm going to remove him until he gets back. And I went out and shot a video. I was like, yeah, nope. My spirit animal is the bear. Yeah, it's been a minute, Dave. We don't get a lot on here. Souls loves what he hates. I do not love Makita, man. All right, he's back.
Coming out with the chair stream.
My phone was at 5%. I was about to get out of here.
Oh, okay. All right. We didn't know where you were going.
No.
So that was my catalyst. I don't think I've ever heard what made Coochie decide to do YouTube.
So you notice the channel name change is Electrical Connection. And it was always supposed to be about.
Although your screen still says Tools and Tactics.
It does, and it will. I'll still keep my handle as Tools and Tactics, but I want the channel name because you get the free advertising of being an electrician channel with the name Electrical in your channel. So I don't want to be completely out there, but I was kind of hiding from electricians in hopes to not get seen because, I work for a city.
Right.
And the internet will end you no matter what you said. Someone can fabricate something. Someone can make something up, which is fabricating. Same thing. I just said that. Someone can see something they don't like and claim something, whatever it is.
I don't know what he's laughing at.
Yeah. Grab your ankles.
Do you not read his name?
Oh, that's great.
Caleb.
What's up?
It's the green.
Electrical erection. Oh, I was chat, and I was like, "What's going on?"
I have the power.
Anyway, I didn't want the clout. I've never openly said. I never started a video saying, "Hey, I'm an electrical inspector. Listen to me," or "Hey, I'm an electrical inspector.
Right.
I've got everything figured out." Right? Everything's presented with more or less humility. Take it as it is. I don't care what you guys think about it. This is the way it is, and I've got that mindset on the channel whenever I test a lot of things. And I've also got the mindset when I do things live. I don't care what the outcome is. I don't care if I look like an idiot. It is what it is, dude. That's real life. If I fuck up, then that's what happens, and it can happen to you because you're dealing with somebody that's been doing this since they were 17 years old and now been inspecting for 8 years. So I did 10 years in the same electrical company, 2 years in a different one, and then 1 year basically being a salesman on a service truck, a service technician, troubleshooting. So I started this channel just to share my knowledge, dude. I've got way too much knowledge to not share it. I'm like the biggest electrical code nerd you're gonna find. It's literally my job to know it. It's not my job to know it on the level that I know it, and I know it on that level.
Do you think it's gonna affect your views, or do you care if it does at all?
Nope, don't care. I don't care. It's nice when a video makes more money than what I spent on it. That's pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie about that. But I don't care if I ever make any more money than I don't care if this makes me rich or not, because I'm enriching other people's lives with the knowledge of saving them hundreds and thousands of dollars. Just by telling you a story, not sponsored by the Blue Chew or that's cool. How'd you get it to do that?
Do what?
What we were talking about? I don't see anything.
I think it's a YouTube thing. I think they did it. I didn't do
that's
shit.
great. That's great. So just by telling you a story about going to a hotel, right? And they expect to have sheetrock ceilings, and you can't put Romex above a sheetrock ceiling. Okay. Sorry, you can only push Romex above a sheetrock ceiling. You can't put it above lay-in. Sorry. So they had lay-in ceilings with ceiling tiles, and they were running SCR cable above this on all floors and every panel. wire was about this big, and there was probably about 20 of them going down the hallway on every floor, and they had to redo it. So long story short, you have to run MC or Okanite or larger cable that's pipe, whatever it is, that's not Romex. That story right there, me just saying that will save somebody $300,000. Done, just like that. That easy.
Good for you.
And I had to fail it, and they had to redo it, and that sucks. But it is what it is, man. It's a hotel. So my philosophy is, right, you mess up on a house, that's one family. The house burns down. That was only one family. Hopefully the dog got out, right? But if you're doing a hotel, man, that's a bunch of lives, and I don't sugarcoat anything, but that's pretty much what you're dealing with, man. There's a lot of stress in this job. You really got to know what you're doing, and you got to be accountable, because you're costing motherfuckers thousands of dollars by your arrogance and your egotistical asshole point of view being an electrical inspector, dude. I don't bring any of that when I go to a job site. Every day is a new day. I treat every inspection like it's a new inspection. I give everybody a second chance. I try to help out when I can, and I go out of my way to get it done every day.
Mm.
Do you think there's less integrity on the job site than there used to be?
Yeah. Yes. I don't even have to. No other word. Yes.
There's less skill on the job site today than at any point before. But honestly, I mean, I've been driving and noticed errors from the highway.
Yeah.
That's true. The windows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Windows.
Yeah.
I'll notice if their rafters are too far apart.
Yeah.
And it's stuff that 99% of people driving by would not notice. I'll be like, well, that's not right. And it's just like you talk to, and you'll see, as one of the pitfalls of growing here on YouTube, the more you grow, the more other people know everything, and they think you know nothing.
Yeah.
And then when they explain what they know, you're like, oh, you're a retard. I get it. Yeah. Oh.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, prolapsed hemorrhoids. Well, good for you, Jesus with Jesus wife. Whatever, man. Just look. The next time your boy asks you to grab your ankles, don't, and see if it clears up that problem.
Just don't.
I'm just saying. Hey, look, another one. Maybe these two are related.
Yeah.
Somebody take care of these, please. We don't really need these assholes. I'm just saying, like, it's there's so many things that go on in this world that you notice as a YouTuber that you really don't want to. Like, I would love to just enjoy tools and just use them and have a good time and whatnot. Because I don't give a rat's ass if one brand is better than the other. If what I'm using at the time works, I'm good, right? But so many of these folks, they're just, well, it's got to be yellow and black, or it's got to be red and black, or it's got to be teal to make your husband squeal, or whatever they're saying.
I think it gets to a certain point. We hired some extra contractors to come help us with a project, and a dude showed up with Black & Decker, like actual Black & Decker.
Dang.
Like,
did it work?
Hey, if he's getting the job done, all power to him. But I wasn't expecting that. It really took me by surprise. I was like, man, take my drill, please.
Like, yeah, dude. As long as it works, I'm all for it. Like,
I was like, can
I don't care.
Wow, it works.
There you go. I wouldn't be using a Black & Decker. I've had folks show up with Greenworks.
Yeah, Greenworks.
And that always takes me back, because like at one point I didn't even know that they had made regular tools.
Yeah,
I had just assumed that they were all into like outdoor power equipment. So when I'm seeing this, and I'm trying to get in to take care of these idiots because our mods aren't Sorry, guys,
Oh,
you're
just take
fired.
care of months. You're fired.
You're not making me money right now. Anyway, oh, never mind. You guys took care of it. Thank you. See, I still see it. I still see them. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Uh, another one. Why are they all picking on Jesus tonight? Like
There's a bunch. It's Jesus.
Must be the bad luck. I don't know. Like,
Sancho. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry I jumped the gun because I could see all these messages scrolling through.
Stepfather, bro, this is hilarious. And the ant, man.
Somebody
You're
is
looking for free
just
comments tonight, man.
well. I appreciate the comments.
do a
Damn,
chat rate of like
chat rates
1,000.
have got 39 right now, thanks to all the spam bots.
Yeah.
One of the bad things about doing it on Streamyard, I guess, is we get to see them all. Like if we don't get to see if they're blocked or not. They're just coming through.
Right.
No, I would love to just go back to enjoying power tools and showing people not only how to use them, but like what they should be used for. Because a lot of these kids just think that like an impact driver is everything. And I'm like, no, it's actually just, should be one of the least used tools in your holster, man.
Yeah.
Unless you're an electrician.
right.
I got to make the Coochie exception because, he's one of them. Anyway, but you can't do that because these people are like their whole personality, everything that they are is tied up into a stupid tool brand.
Yeah.
And I don't get it, man. I'm like, does it work? Good. You're good. You're good. That's the end. Does it work for you? That's the end of the conversation. Should be like, well, maybe I should look to upgrade, or maybe they have something new coming out. This should make you build anticipation for the next thing. But
yeah, you're just passionate about them, rather point them in the better direction of spending their money,
Yeah.
Because everyone agrees here, man. You're buying a Makita, you're, throwing money away.
Oh, I thought you were bending over in front of men. Sorry.
Also bending over in front of men.
Same time.
At the same time.
This is the same thing, really. Yeah. If you're buying Makita, that's what it is. It's not a troll. Oh, it is because I did watch a website I wasn't supposed to. I was on the Home Depot
interesting.
website here.
On the Home Depot website.
Yeah.
You need that VPN.
Yeah. You need that VPN he's selling you.
No, I was looking at some tool porn earlier.
Yeah.
There's a new BOGO going on for Rigid, and
I get caught all the time.
I got a little excited. Well, it's harder for you. Your wife got deployed.
Yeah.
It's just tissues and lotion in the house.
She left. I just moved everything out. Put more lotion on the table.
Yeah, just moved all her stuff, and you're like, well, get me the box of Kleenex. I'm ready. Where's the? I got a HomeDepot.com. OnlyFans for men.
Yeah. How long you guys been married?
2.5 years, going 3.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty young. We're both pretty young, but I feel like she's also kind of different to where she's not with like this generation. She doesn't like, both of us act like we're older than we are. It's a lot different. So, I mean, my parents got married when they were like 17. Her parents got married when they were like 18. We got married when we were 19. So we actually waited compared to our parents. It's weird. But
my mom was 40.
Wow.
That's 21.
That was her second marriage, though, so counts. Her first one, she got married when she was 16, I want to say.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was slightly older at 32.
Dang.
In some states, that's illegal.
Some? No.
Apparently, it's not illegal if you take them to West Virginia. That's all I can say on the matter.
You were searching Ryobi on the dark web.
Searching
I
for
was.
Ryobi on the dark web.
Actually, what I was doing was watching a bunch of videos of Makita tools blowing up and catching on fire, and I was because Kaled said something, I was looking for his, and then all these trolls and bots started popping in.
He goes, "Oh yeah, just like that."
The second you talk to Makita, they're like, "We know what you want."
Yeah, apparently, it's just been. I gotta say, like every time Souls badmouth the YouTube channel troll come by coincidence. Let's check your theory. What was it? With Chunky Punk? Is that what I used to call him?
Yes.
Chunky Punk, the food addict.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Okay.
Fuck. Fat piece of shit. If I'm calling somebody fat, you know they're fat. Like my belt size is huge. Theirs is equator.
Equator.
Don't. Well, here's one thing. What are some of the pitfalls that you have run into in your time on YouTube there, Kaled? What's up, John?
Well, I recently figured out how to look at all the hidden comments, like in YouTube Studio, like all the stuff that I severely underestimated how much people hate you specifically on my channel. It's like it gets excessive. You'll comment.
He doesn't comment.
Yeah, you'll comment one thing on my channel, and I'll have like a branch of probably 20 comments that all got hidden. They were so bad. It's like, oh, this is awesome. I had somebody go on. He wrote me a novel about how Makita is the best brand ever. I was at work reading it. I'm like, this is just hilarious. This is the most written Makita guy novel I've ever read.
Well, they have all that time on their hands because like their tools aren't working, so they have nothing to do but sit there. Yeah. I have to say, like, I tend not to comment on people's videos a lot because of that.
I don't
but
care.
All you have to do is all you have to do is be like, prove him wrong.
But no one ever comes back when I say that. They'll be like, okay, I'll test the theory. Show that I'm right, and they're nowhere to be found.
No, it's a waste of your whatever.
Yeah, dude, I've done it hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Like probably thousands of times by now. Like if you believe that, pick up your little camera and prove me wrong. And then I go, when you fail.
I'm using all my phone. Just shoot me a response video real quick, man.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen. But
no, I want them to try. I want them to go out there and see, because mine is from being in the field doing this like pre-2008, like I was out there. So as a matter, I was doing it in the 90s, even like 96, going out there and doing this stuff. And I kind of know what I'm doing and what I'm talking about. So I get it. Yeah, I am kind of that, like, because I am the only one, or one of the few, I'll say it that way, one of the few that is in this space that's willing to take a stand. You've got what's that?
I found the thumbs up button.
Oh, good, thank you. You've got Manscaper, who's too busy worried about everybody wanting to like him. He doesn't want to cause any controversy.
yeah.
Right.
And you've got what's his name? Who's the real nice like guy? What can't say bad.
Total review zone.
Yeah, total retard zone. Right? And he's out there and he's trying to be a clown. Like Bat Ray and Milwaukee or whatever he said, or Ryobi, like he's the last little bitch from the trailer park. And I don't get it. Like, the tools are made. HVAC, the king of all trades. That's why they're one of the least paid. Anyway,
Not in
Uh,
Texas.
Not in Texas.
Florida,
Not
good
in
place to
Texas.
be HVAC.
Yeah.
So just so you know, average starting wage for an HVAC tech in the United States is around $42,000 a year. An electrician is around 50.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very
Framers,
low.
I think framers and concrete guys are slightly ahead of HVAC when it comes to that. Roofers are the
Man.
least paid.
You can almost start at 22 now as an electrician.
I will say, like, my dad was, when he owned his own roofing company, though, that was a major different story. I mean, he was doing metal roofs. I remember, like, in a 2-day period, he'd do it by himself, bring back home like $5,000.
Right.
And just like that. I'm like, I want to be a roofer. My dad's like, hell no, you ain't being a roofer, boy.
Yeah, you destroy your body quick.
Yeah.
My first summer job was as a roofer, and at the time I was 6'6", and I'm up there, and it was 118 degrees in South Carolina.
Dang.
The end of my
Me
first day, the skin was peeling off of my back. It was not a good day. But I went back. I worked the entire summer doing it.
Mhm.
Hated every minute of it. Like, I'm too tall to be a roofer. But they just
Because the sun's that much closer to your ass.
dude, here's what they would have me do.
Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much. Well, no, the whole angle of it, like, I have to bend over further than like a little guy like you two.
Oh, okay. I never thought about that. Okay.
You know, so I have to work. At the time, I was 6'6", and I was about maybe 185 to 200 pounds. Just kind of depends on whether or what part of the basketball season.
That day, how many times you went to the bathroom?
If I had sex, and
Yeah.
Worked out.
the night before, not while I was working, because we only worked with men. So I wasn't a Makita guy back then either. But so when they ended up, when we were working on 1-story houses, they would have me hand up the whole piles of shingles because I could put them on the roof.
Oh, yeah.
So that was my that was me getting the easy job. That's all I had to do. And I was like, oh shit, yeah, I could hang 3 of these up at a time. I'm slightly fatter now, slightly shorter, so
Slightly.
yeah. I don't like. I look like I ate me from way back when. But it was cool because that was kind of like they hazed me doing it, but like it never bothered me. I was like, cool, like I can do this. I can pick this shit up, and I can carry this stuff and do all that. And then when we were working on 2 stories or flats or whatever, and we had to lay down the tar, and I was good. I'm like, let's go. Like, it never bothered me. But that first day, I'll never forget. I was sick as a dog when I went home because I had gotten so hot and I was throwing up and shit. And I never complained. I just went back and just did it all over again. And the old hats, they're probably in the 70s or dead by now. But when I started, like, they just respected it because I never said a word. I just kept my head down. I did my business the whole summer, and then after that, like, it was easy. I mean, the first week was the roughest, and then after that, we were good.
Nice.
Now, Coochie, on the other hand, he still gets hazed.
Still.
When I was, I guess I was 18, I started heating, ventilation, air conditioning class so I could become an electrician. I wanted to be an electrician, but they canceled all the classes because there wasn't enough people wanting to be electricians. So I had to go to a completely different campus that I was planning on going to, and then I started HVAC. And ended up becoming friends with a guy that his dad owned a company. So I would go help him every chance that I got, because I was trying to learn more. And that dude would just be sitting, it'd be like 120 degrees in this attic.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd just be chilling, just sitting down, just wrapping ductwork and I'm just like freaking dying over here, man. And I was like, man, I don't know if attics are my thing, I'm just like all itchy as a motherfucker. It's like you have to wear long sleeve shirts to be comfortable. It's like you're just dying.
I've done a lot of side jobs where I'm like, this will be my one and only time doing this. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I keep doing it. I mean, I'll help anybody or just just a chance to learn more because I know enough about HVAC to be dangerous, but it's been a minute since I charged a unit.
Right.
I'm past that. I just call somebody to have them do it for me now. I don't even want to try. I'm done. Like I'm too old. I'm
Done. No more learning for me.
No, I can't even. I can barely raise my arms above my head now. With things that you guys are gonna both appreciate when you get to be my age, and you can't do it. I can remember right after I got married, I got a job working maintenance at an ice cream plant. And I had to they have bin lines for their popsicles. That's what they were called. And it was these little things and it had these metal clips on them and they would hold the popsicle sticks. And as it went through the machine, the ice cream would get frozen to the sticks and then they would package out and go through there. And the old guy that taught me how to replace those metal clips was like, shut down the machine when you're doing this. And because nobody's fast enough or you're not supposed to be able to keep the machine going and replace these clips and not mess up the production line. And I would go through and after my first week, I could go through and just go boom, 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 keep the machine going. Because we had about a 6-foot span where I could replace all of the metal clips and then put them on the other side. And all I had to do was stand in the middle because I was so tall, I could grab them as they came up one side and I could put them on the other. And it was just like, that was my thing. And I kept those machines going for when I wasn't in basketball season for 2.5 years. And I never shut one down. Unless one of the main lines broke. That was the only time it was shut down. And the owner, or not the owner, but the plant manager had recognized me like 4 or 5 times for increasing productivity of his plant because I could keep 6 of them. And I had 6 machines that I was responsible for. And I could keep all 6 of those running for an entire production period.
Nice.
I was just fast when I was young. Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
No, I'm fat now. I wouldn't even work that hard. I'd be like, oh, I'm sweating. Get out. Time to go.
Yep.
Get the fuck out of here. Caleb, you're 22 years old.
Yes, 22. Gonna be 23 here in a couple months.
Well, congratulations on making it that far.
Yeah.
Rodney Widger.
What's up, Rodney?
Dude, but like when you first broke in, and I know you were working with the old heads and whatnot, what's the funniest thing somebody ever said to you?
Said to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, man. There was a guy who was training me how to fit bridge girders. We're doing bridge girders. So he showed me how to fit a stiffener in, but he didn't cuss at all. So it was always like bump or like snap. Man, bump that, snap them. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I'm like, man, just put that shit in there, right? And he's like, no, put that snap in there. And I was like, I was 18 at the time. My dad came and checked up on me because he was in a different part of the plant, but he came over. He's like, "Hey man, how's Johnny training you?" I'm like, "I don't know what the fuck this guy's saying, Dad." He said not one English word this whole day. He's like, "No, just watch him," and he's just like, "Snap, bump." I was like, that was like my first 2 months before he even spoke an actual word to me. I think that was like his trial period if I was gonna make it or not.
Nice.
But that was a great time. But something fun, like super funny, I don't even know. I think it was just everybody's being like you, Sauls, you know, just be like being mean.
That's what everyone does, man. That's the way the field is. That's where it's got to be, because
It
if
is.
it's not, you're not going to make it.
Yeah,
You're not if you don't get hazed early on,
that's true.
or
It's because they don't like.
Yeah.
well, that too, but yeah. If you don't have the mindset to be abused, because the job site itself, just the environment, it's abusive. You don't even need someone to abuse you to get abused. You know?
Well, it's a way of weeding out the weak, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, there's so many guys that will show up first day, not even get through their first day. They just, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then they never show up again. Like that, I've seen that a lot. And
yeah.
But
Well,
it's like, Caleb, you're not working hard enough. You're only running 10 machines at a time. Like,
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like a lot of guys, especially the young people, and I hate to put it on the young, but we were all young at one point, and our generation is no different than any other generation, right? But when we were young, the first time we got on a job for a lot of us, and we learned that they expect you to work. And it wasn't like being around your mom or your dad where they'd be like, "Hey, do this." And then like you go fuck around for an hour or whatever. And then you get to it and maybe half-ass it. And then your dad would yell at you, but no real consequences. But you go out to a job, and then the first thing you learn is like, "Oh, they expect me to work." Like,
yeah,
I thought I'd just show up and somebody would pay me.
basically.
And it's just... We've all been there. So yeah, getting to that point where a lot of dudes, like and the older guys, they just kind of, they want to see if you can take it. So they're going to be extra abusive, like right away, just to try to get rid of you, because a new person actually slows production down.
You usually lose money on those new guys a lot, especially if you get them to quit. Like, they paid for you to go get a drug test, do all this, they set aside money, they show up, you're slowing down production and all that, then they just leave. So they didn't make money at all, they only lost money.
Do you guys take, do you put, Coochie was probably too nice to do this. I was never the nice guy. So we used to take bets as to which one would leave first and how long it would take them to go. So everybody like throw $5 in a pot, and it'd be like, "Oh, this dude ain't making it till lunch, or first break he's out of here," or whatever. And I mean, if you bet on lunch, I'd say a good 50% of the time you were right.
Yeah.
We had a guy who's actually a really, really nice guy. Too nice for the construction, and he'd always say yes sir, no sir, and he'd like almost wear slacks. Like he was always like like dressed, right? And he was like maybe 5 foot tall, and we called him Leprechaun. And the other guys that were a different speaking language that worked at the job site called him El Leprechauno. So this rolled with him for like 4 or 5 years. But one day I got a box of Lucky Charms, and I got the we were terrible to people. You know how your rolly chair has 5 wheels? I took my Sawzall and I resipped all but like this much of the chair for my foreman to sit down in. And I didn't realize how bad that could be, because someone else took his chair for lunch. And dude, he nailed the table with his freaking forehead. So I was glad my boss didn't sit in it.
No, that would have been funnier.
Oh man. But that's just the
Oh,
way it
dude.
was, man. One day I cut myself so bad. I had a hurricane clip, which is like they're shaped like this, right? And they hook on
Yeah.
the ceiling grid, and you can screw them to your light fixtures, and they clip in. And instead of moving the register grill out of the way, I was leaning on a ladder that I shouldn't have been leaning on. And I was trying to put this big old light. This is before LEDs were a thing, even like a thing at all. And somehow it slipped. I went to go catch, and this hurricane clip with the light just dug completely in my wrist. If you look at my wrist, I've got like more scars, just permanent. And it's like digging in there, and I'm just like, the light's like hanging off of me like 30 pounds on my inside my arm while I'm trying to climb down this ladder. I went to my lunchbox, got a whole bunch of napkins, got duct tape, taped it all up and everything. And apparently I left like a mess in the office. It's just, blood everywhere. And you didn't get written up. No one was cared about you if you were okay. They're just like, oh, there's just some blood here. Someone must have cut themselves. That mindset does not exist anymore.
No.
No.
Especially at Amazon, man. Like, we don't even work for Amazon, but if we get like a slight cut and we're bleeding, they will immediately take you to AmCare, which is like their safety office, to get you.
Right.
You're like, no blood anywhere at all times. They're like,
Yeah, there'll be
They,
a safety
they
report
do
and,
know that there's black tape like that exists, right?
I was like,
black-
what
the
kind of
best
job
Band-Aid
is
ever.
this?
No. Dude, that's the only reason I keep black tape around is in case I do cut myself.
It's the best Band-Aid. There is nothing better.
I remember my dad, we were making some kind of sculpture out of metal, and he had knife fingers for some reason was a good idea at the time. But this sculpture's knife fingers came down and cut the tip of my dad's finger off. And it was like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
My dad's like, shut up, boy, give me some super glue.
Yeah, pretty much.
Super glued the tip of his finger back on. And it was a great time.
I cut the end of that finger off in a garage door spring. I took some paper towels and some tape, and I just taped it on there. I walked into the house, and I looked at my wife. I'm like, I had an accident. Just as calm as could be. And we're going out, and the end of my finger, it was actually this house, the end of my finger is still in the spring of the garage door.
Like, hey, look, there it is.
And she's like, what's that? And I'm like, that's the end of my finger.
Oh my God, dude. There's a lot of things that I'll do myself, and there's a lot of things that I'm not willing to pay for. But garage doors, dude, you can have it. I don't care, man. How much do you need to install the springs in my garage door? Like, I'm
All
not
you
doing
really
it.
need a couple of bars and an
No.
adjustable wrench. You're fine.
No, I've seen professionals have a bad day.
Eh.
I've gotten complacent myself with electrical multiple times. I don't need to be trying something new, man.
Dude,
I
don't know.
Is it? I've never even really looked at a garage door spring, but I know at work, to tension the belts, you have springs. They're about 10 foot long, and you got.
God.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
you got to wind them. Yeah, you got to wind them. Well, the problem is, like, I wasn't, like, I had made it a habit of whenever I walked through my garage, I just reach up there and slap the wall. I didn't realize that my son had been playing in the garage and then using his skateboard and then bouncing on the bar, like the bar that hangs, like, so I didn't realize it. I just walked through there one day, and I must have just hit it, and all the tension just released on the one side and just cut off the end of my finger. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't even say nothing about it. I was just like, well, that sucks.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just like, huh.
Was it like an instance where it was so fast you didn't really know, like you didn't feel anything, basically? It was.
Oh, no, I had to pull my finger out.
Oh, okay.
So I had to rip the end of the whole end of my fingertip off. And I was just like, all right, well, that sucks.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
If it's bad enough, the adrenaline hits immediately when you know it's bad, and you just go into survival pretty much.
I twisted.
You ever closed a garage door from the outside and grabbed like where the door meets, but you're using it like a handle? Don't do that. So
Wait,
we had
are
2
you
garage
asking
doors.
if we're retarded?
Yeah. So
Put your
we had
finger
2
in
garage doors.
and pull it down. Is that what you're saying?
My first house I bought for $65,000 in Hurst, in Texas.
65,000 for a house.
65,000. I sold it to my best friend for probably triple. Then I moved out where I'm at now. And it had a garage door in the front and I had a garage door in the back. And we thought it so you could pull boats and RVs, and not RVs, but ATVs, things like that through and through. What we didn't know was that it was like a levee. So the idea was that the yard flooded so bad because of erosion. Once I finally learned what was going on after the house flooded once or twice, the soil, there was no foundation lip. Like when you looked at the outside of your house, there was no foundation. It was just brick. So long story short, I had to pay somebody to have a bobcat, and they regraded the guard down like 8 inches all the way around 360. Then we pushed it up against the back fence all ghetto like and created a berm like a 360 kind of all the way around the back end of the property because there's someone that built a pool legally that was out of grade that
Thanks,
was
Richard.
sloping towards the house. And yeah, so I went to go close this garage door one day, and it was just a single garage door, but it still had spring tension on it, but not like you're thinking. It wasn't like a big heavy garage door. I shut that shit on my finger one day, dude, and it shut. And for the first 5 minutes, I was cool. But after about 5 minutes, dude, that adrenaline wears off. And then reality sets in. You're like, oh, shit, I think I'm stuck. So I wait for my wife to get home. Dude, I swear to God, dude, I think my fingers were like just ready to just explode. I was sitting there for like 15 minutes with my fingers in the freaking garage door. Oh, man, it was bad. It was a bad deal. I thought they were actually going to explode.
I've never done that, but when I was a kid, for some reason, I thought it was a good idea to do pull-ups on the garage door when it was open.
Mm.
And it was like perfectly timed. As soon as my dad was walking by, whole garage door just boom fell out of the crack. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm dead!" like it was scary as hell. Like I think I was 10 years old doing pull-ups or something on the garage door. I think I blacked out what my dad did to me. I don't even know.
What did you learn?
That again. Oh, that's for sure. That was probably the last garage door we ever had. He's like, no more.
How long did it take him to call you by your name?
I don't know. In like 2 or 3 years. Hey, dumbass, get over here.
You know what? Howie Z brings up a good point. I do think that tactics should be wearing a helmet at all times. The man is a walking injury. He's an accident waiting to happen.
Oh, I didn't tell you about the time I cut this tendon to where I can't get this thumb to go up like that.
You have told it before,
Yeah.
but maybe Caleb hasn't heard it.
Was it on
Stuck
a
a
line?
knife through it, man. You start off like this, like, complacent like and safe. But then when it doesn't get sharp, because somebody had returned the knife sharpener and it was not, they're just in the switcheroo. So there was no sharpening aspects to the knife sharpener.
Mhm.
So after like the 4 millionth time that you're dragging this knife, the last thing I remember, 4-foot ladder was in the garage. I was pulling a curved hawkbill towards myself, and the knife hit the ladder on the other side of where my hand was. And I stopped and put everything down. I was like, let me do the math here. If the knife hit the ladder here, that means it probably hit my hand. And I felt like a dull karate chop,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't. Yeah, there it is there. Can't really see it anymore. But yeah, so I'm wondering, did I cut myself? And it feels weird, but it was cool. I didn't feel anything. Just kind of felt like a dull hit. But something was off. Something was just strange. So I wanted to ask my wife what she thought about it. And I twisted that doorknob open, dude, and it just popped open like this, and I could see both sides of my tendon. And I was like, I did cut myself. So I go to the neighbor. He wouldn't give me any super glue. The other neighbors wouldn't give me any freaking duct tape or help me. They're like, you have to go to the hospital. I was like, I don't want to go to the hospital. I just want some super glue. And they're like, you see that and that? And I was moving my thumb. They're like, "That's your tendon. It needs to be attached. You're not going to move your thumb."
No, the only time I've ever seen tendons cut open was I was helping this guy with a remodel, and it was another guy, not me. He grabbed a mirror off the wall, it shattered, came down,
Oh man.
sliced his hand like almost in
Yeah.
half. And I was like, "You okay?" Like, no, I'm not okay. Blood is squirting everywhere. He's
Dang.
like, go get. We were working for somebody. For his name is like Bill or something like that. He's like, "Go get Bill. Go get Bill." I'm like, "Hey Bill, dude cut his hand open, just like too casual." He's like, "I'll be right out." Dude comes walking around the corner. He's covered in blood, like head to toe.
It's just bleeding all over him.
It's just blood everywhere. You can't see him, and he's just like holding his arm, like it's bleeding really fast.
Wow.
He's like gets done taking a shit, gets up. Holy fuck! Like takes the belt off immediately, tourniquets his arm. He's like, "Hey, look, call 911 right now." I'm like, "You're stressing him out." Like, what are you doing?
That's the right attitude to have, though.
And then his wife and daughter come drifting around. It was a rainy day because he called them like, "Hey, such and such happened. I need you to come take me to the hospital."
Dang.
You see his wife driving around, and she was going way too fast. Spun out, did like 3 donuts at the intersection.
Oh
Like,
man.
oh shit. Comes back over. They're just screaming, not even talking, just looking at him screaming. And he's like, "Give me a cigarette. I need to calm down." I was like,
Yeah.
what the
People
fuck?
don't realize, man, that glass, anything like that, you watch these movies and stuff, people fall through glass all the time. You don't realize how bad that stuff actually is. My wife fell through a plate glass window like 2 days before Thanksgiving. And I thought it was hilarious that she was through a window. But then when I realized what was going on, because they're building this playscape, right? And we had our materials like on this table kind of by the window. And we're walking back and forth all day building this thing, getting different, things. And then next thing I know, she's in the window. I'm like, "What the hell are you doing in the window?" I'm sitting down there trying to tighten the bolts for the swing arms and stuff. And I look up and I realize what's happened. And she's kind of holding her arm. She's like, "I don't think I'm okay." And she moved her hand. She cut through every tendon on the back of her hand here. I just took my shirt off and just wrapped it. And then I told my grandma at the time, because she lived with us before she passed away. And I said, "Well, watch the kids." I said, "We got to go to the hospital." She's like, "Are you sure it's that bad?" I was like, "I think I saw every tendon for every finger on the back of her hand. Like it's seriously sharp stuff."
Dude. My dad and I were in a home, I think it was Ace Hardware. It may have not, it was just a small mom and pop like store like Ace Hardware. We were playing with hatchets, swinging them at each other in the store. Like we were playing sword fighting, but with hatchets or whatever. And I took one through this portion of my thumb, and I got real hot, real sweaty, right? Or whatever. And my dad slapped me and was like, "Quit being a bitch." Just took me in, and he's like, I want to say he grabbed some super glue off the shelf or something and just whoosh, closed it up and done. He's like, "Quit being a bitch."
Mhm.
That was it. That was the last time. Like, I've stepped on nails, and my reaction now is like, got a nail in my foot.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they don't even register after a while. You're just like, "Oh, that sucks." Now I got to dig this out. Right?
When I was 2 or 3, I stepped on a 4-inch nail. It almost went out the other side. And then you ever seen that cartoon where the guy was like, and then he was like, "You missed," and he drinks a cup of water and water pours out of all the holes, right? My brother told me it's gonna happen, so I was afraid to drink anything because I didn't want water to come out of my foot.
I think that's like the way to do it though. Like if you're raised with like a high alert kind of reaction, you're not going to make rational decisions. I mean,
Right.
you're freaking out. You don't know what to do. Take me to a hospital now. But you need to stay calm and actually realize what's going on.
Somebody wants to know what's Blue Chew and what's Diddy. I don't really know what Diddy is, but I know it can get you in trouble. And then Blue Chew is kind of like that little blue pill that helps people my age.
It's the best thing ever. That's what it
The
is.
best thing ever.
And apparently Caleb's the only one on the panel that's used it. And I don't know if he's talking about the Blue Chew or the Diddy. It's one of those two. At his age, I'm guessing he's a little too old to have used the Diddy. So let's say.
Great.
How do you guys see the chat? Like, I'm trying to look at the chat, but I can't figure it out.
Upright.
I have the chat. I have the chat scrolling on different screens, dude.
Well, I can look at one at a time. Like I can't.
You're on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You can only look at one at a time on that. That's why, if you do the StreamYard thing, you'll wind up, doing this with your.
Did you guys ever shoot nails at people on the job site?
At other people?
Yeah.
Don't think I have.
Fuck.
He's like, dang it.
Pansies. That was one of our favorite.
Pull back the nose. Boom, boom, boom.
Dude, yeah. 21-degree framing. I'm deadly accurate. That's all I'm going to say.
More accurate
If
than
you
with
get some half-inch pipe and you get some E-caps, you can launch those pretty good.
Yeah, so no, you guys didn't have like the boards, like the bullseye set up or whatever on a sheet of plywood?
No, can't say I have.
No, and nailers were never really a thing for electricians.
Dude, you guys are missing out. We used to the other thing we used to do is we used to take our Phillips head screwdrivers and we could throw them at the dart or at the board to see if they could stick.
Diligent Dave, my kid users paint their nails on the job site. That's pretty good.
No worries, Twisted. We're not like your other tool channels. They're a little more, how shall I say it, feminine. We're a little more masculine. I just thought it was like, yeah, we used to do all kinds of stuff. Like, we used to try to see if we could throw our broken tools into a bucket off the roof.
Oh yeah.
Not that, but I haven't shot nails at people.
Well, you're really missing out.
Oh.
The first time you get somebody,
you just feel that adrenaline.
oh, like you do this. You all right? I got you.
My second job site was
we used to nail people into the porta potty.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, just park the lift or mule or whatever you got right up against the door. That's when you see the buck knives come through the. You can't hold it because the construction workers have buck knives in their pocket, and they'll just try to cut their way out. So we found out that it's safer to park a vehicle.
Yeah.
Or if you cut the cap off of the top of the porta potty because they're covered now, but you can drop the Coke can down the porta potty and we'll splash in the tub while they're sitting down.
How many of us have ever tackled a door down?
I've done it
Door down, no.
One time.
You've never trapped your buddy into the porta potty door down?
Oh, we're still talking about porta potties? I thought we were just talking about in general, like regular doors.
Oh yeah, and have to kick a door down? No.
Dude, no. So what you do is you knock it over so that the door lands down.
Oh, while they're in it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's a bad day right there. No.
No. It's only bad for one person.
You're like, hey, Blue Man Group,
It's a great day for everybody else.
The members.
Like that was fun. Like I don't know. We used to just do all kind. And thanks for being here, Twisted. We appreciate a female perspective. Normally we only have to rely on Juan and Howie Z for that. But anyway, we used to do so much fun stuff on the job site, like just to break up the monotony of the day.
Oh yeah.
That well, you can't do it in an office job, like.
Yeah.
Can you imagine insulting your direct supervisor's mother and like, hey, your mom tasted really good last night.
Right.
Could you tell her next time I have to charge her? You know, it was just so much. I just don't get like how we went from that, and that wasn't that long ago, to now like, oh, I've got to talk about your feelings, and I've got to take your feelings into consideration. Look, we're on a job site. I don't give a fuck about your feelings. We're out here to do work.
Yeah, I had to call my boss from my wife's phone one time. This was probably before we were married. So it was my wife at the time. But he recognized the number because I left my phone before, and she had dropped off one or whatever. And he played it like they had been doing something the night before, you know. And it's like, "Hey, baby, did you miss talking to me? You know, whatever." Knowing that it was me, you know. That stuff just doesn't happen. It can't happen anymore.
Here's one for you guys. Whenever your buddy's coming out of the bathroom of the airplane, tackle him just enough so that one body part goes into the toilet. I'm not like, I had it down to a science at one point. I knew how to get your hand blue. It's just like those things were just fun, but like it made like the crew come together. Like everybody had a good time. That's when it's really best. It's like everybody's having a good time. You're all pulling each other's leg. You're playing practical jokes. You maybe have gone too far if you take human feces, put it into the air vents of some dude's truck on a hot day in South Carolina, and he gets real mad at you because his truck smelled like shit for the next fucking year till he trades it in. You know what we told him? Roll down the windows, quit being a bitch.
We're doing a freezer, so we'd feel guy. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, my bad.
Go ahead.
The like at Amazon, they're more like an office setting, but they're doing labor, like it's weird. So we'll be playing with each other like just like on a job site, but then you have Amazon managers coming by like, oh, what do you say? You can't say that here. You can't call each other that. Or you'll have some chick going by and I'll be talking about myself. I'll be like, oh, fucking retard. And she thinks I'm talking about her. She goes, reports me at HR. I'm like, this guy just called me this. Oh my God. I'm like, please. I wasn't even talking to you. I was talking about myself. And then we have an old head. He's about to retire. He's 68. He'll go up to a machine. Lady's using it wrong. And he's like, I know exactly what's wrong in the machine. You're not using it correctly. She turns around. No, I've been operating this for 5 weeks. I know how to use the machine. Like, this guy's been working on this machine for 40 years. He doesn't know how to use it? Okay.
Right.
Dude. I've had office jobs. I got called, like I was working as a freight broker not too long ago, got called into the HR department because I called somebody retard on the floor. Like, you're fucking retarded. And apparently HR got word of it because the guy complained. And they called me in and they're like, what'd you say to him? I'm like, he's fucking retarded. And they're like, we can't use that language. And I'm like, well, that's fucking retarded because he's fucking retarded.
And so are you.
Yeah, they didn't like me very much. They're like, you got to go to sensitivity training. And I'm like, look,
sensitivity training.
This shit ain't going to work. This is as sensitive as I get, any more sensitive, and I'm going to have to change my pants every few minutes. It's just not right. Like, I don't know. I was not made for an office environment, and that's just, It's just it's ridiculous. Like my dad, when he went to because my dad sold insurance, he would hit on every woman he saw. Like I don't do that, but like I talk like a dude no matter where I am.
Bum Siki spray painted a colleague's 5 buckle boots into Air Forces. I think it says ones.
Watch it. What? Look at this. Watch the dude, the 300-pound guy, lean on an SDS with a rotary hammer because he had it in reverse. Like,
you're not supposed to do it that way. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You can feel the difference, man.
Yeah.
Like it's not even fun. Like, not only can you feel the difference, you can hear the difference. Like,
yeah, how would you not know?
So what do you think?
Did he have his Makita panties on too, Dave?
Yeah, his Makita's on.
Jesus.
That's one way to waste an hour. That's job security. That's when you're just banging stuff in the next room, just making all the noise you can, throwing things around.
Yeah.
It's like, we're working in here.
Don't come in here. Danger tape.
Yeah.
The freight broker place ended up putting me into an area all by myself because the people that were in the like cubicles next to me would hear me talk to truckers like they were fucking truckers.
Right.
So like fuck was flying out of my mouth probably 40 times an hour. I had some of them, I call them, I'm like, hey, you old dirty bastard. Just
Yeah.
My book was so big they didn't really dare fire me because like all the truckers love me. They were like, yeah, I want to work with that guy because he's like one of us.
Right.
But they ended up moving me like to an area all by myself because the people in the office couldn't stand hearing me.
Turn off the phone recordings on your phone.
I don't know if they did that or not, but I was like, I just didn't care. I'm like, fuck it, fire me. I don't give a shit. I'll go do something else.
At the beginning of the call, when it says this conversation may be recorded, unless you talk to this guy.
Unless you talk to this guy.
Dude, it was just I don't know. Like I had people that like younger people, it would look kind of between the two of you working there, and they all were like, I want to be like that when I get older. I just want to be that guy that doesn't give a fuck. And I was like, it's pretty easy. It starts right now.
Right now, yeah.
Like, fuck them.
You gotta kind of walk on eggshells now. Like, well, you don't have to, but if you want to keep your job, you do. Going around, like, sometimes I'll let things slip. And you don't really expect me to say it because I'm a young guy like this. And I have a bunch of old heads next to me that don't talk like that.
Yeah. You ever go to a party and then you bring something, right? And then like, oh, do you mind if I have what? And you're like, yeah, have your way with it. And then somebody like looks at you real weird. You're like, that's a normal thing to say. Everybody says that. Don't look at me like I'm the crazy person. Go have your way with it.
Dude, it's
someone brought in spicy Cheetos, and the coworkers were complaining about their, they were just mentioned about how, their kids like this, or what about Cheetos, whatever. They're saying, yeah, but whenever I eat them, my hands get orange. I was like, yeah, man, my dick is still orange. And the guy looked at me, he's like, dude, gross. I was like, come on, dude, that was a great joke. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, some people are not made to work in an office.
Yeah.
I knew right away I was not made to work around females. Like which is funny because like in the trucking industry, the females that work there are actually pretty cool. They're like, they talk worse than you do.
Yeah.
Right? Which is great because then you're like, well, fuck, I don't have to water this shit down.
Yeah.
But like a regular office environment, I'm saying it's like they're like, you can't do, and I'm like, fuck them. And I was the boss. Like in most of the places I worked, I own the company, and I would just got to the point where I would have somebody that would be the go-between between me and other people, because I got sick of, you can't say that. You're, fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. I don't need you. I just got like, I'm not really good at the whole trying to figure out what other people are feeling, because I don't give a shit. I'm just like, look, this is the way of the world. It ain't a nice place. And if you need it to be a nice place, go take a bubble bath, change your tampon, and shut the fuck up.
I was doing an inspection. I made a reference about it was a conversion of a restaurant, and it was going to be a tech space. And they were using, like, you know, sometimes they divide the tables and the booths and stuff with like a taller pony wall. They're going to pull, you know, tables up to that and have like maybe like a standing office or a very desk where you could raise your height, or have treadmills you could walk on instead of sitting. And they had like all kinds of, like, you know, hip, you know, you can sit on your beanbag chair. You can go smoke a bowl on your, you know, whatever they're doing. I don't know. So anyway, there's this freezer that they were leaving, and I kind of made a reference to it being a safe space and laughed about it. And the GC kind of pulled me over to the side, like, yo, that's what that is. You can't say that.
That is the safe place.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Safe space. Hey, I just want you to know, Cooch, you and I now have a shared experience. YouTube decided to limit my last short.
Oh, man.
Because I used the word shit in it.
Dang.
And I
They
guarantee
don't even like me making noises with knives.
In their defense, they have mistaken it for your drill dough.
It does make that noise occasionally. Only when I bark it down, which is pretty much all the fucking time. But
it's true.
the
Caleb's just working into his. He's got the little pocket one.
Yeah. Yeah, when it starts flipping gears, it goes, which is pretty often. It's time to get it going.
Well, your drill dough has a transmission because it's fucking diesel. Jesus. Oh, this live won't be monetized. Although it might still be. Yeah. Fucking fuck YouTube. I don't know.
Oh, man.
I just found out that TikTok, if you use their software to edit their video, because they own this CapCut, if you use their stuff to edit your video, you have to take the last shot off
and put CapCut.
Yeah, you can't have CapCut on there or they won't push out the video at all.
Yeah. I meant to talk to you about that. I saw you and some other people still do that. Like, you'll have the CapCut at the end.
Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to keep that on there. Just take it off real quick.
YouTube's got a weird push out. Like, even this stream, like, usually you get, I don't know, you get usually about 5,000. How many people you think you got tonight?
Oh, we're way down. 293 right now.
Yeah, so you're in
stream. But it's because we're not using theirs, but we're still green. I just want you to know that we are still green, and I've been motherfucking the whole time.
Well, you can do that.
I do.
Yeah, they set out a new guidelines on what you can say and do.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
But for me, they're never going to forgive me for what I did for hundreds of people. Helped hundreds of people out early.
How many gears does your drill dough have there, Coach?
16, yeah, just like my bike. It's actually a converted bike. You got to get on there, get to the 16th gear, start spinning the pedals like this.
That's an 18-wheeler, sir. Poor Caleb's his still uses AA batteries.
You're missing out, bro.
It hasn't rattled out a pillar yet.
Blaze? That's huge. No. One singular AAA.
Twisted, we'll do so I'm going to be doing some live tool testing tomorrow night.
Nice.
Tonight we're just introducing everybody to Kaled in order to get people to go subscribe to his channel, but get to know him first to see if they like him.
Don't like
you
me.
know,
No.
he has a musky scent to him.
Yeah. You just open my page, it's instantly like it comes out the phone, you know.
Yeah. But it's because Bigfoot raped him. Not me either. Another Bigfoot.
Okay. I'm glad we cleared that up.
I'm never streaming with you guys again.
This is the most fun you're gonna have while your wife's away.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
She's deployed. I feel bad for her.
No, for real though.
Well, not because she's deployed, but because of who she's married to.
Is it just you? Or you got a family, kids?
Just her for now, at
Just
least.
you.
Well, my brother.
Dog, nothing.
My grandpa was in the Air Force, the chair force.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Well, hit me up on email or something. Send me your number. We'll get you in the chat.
The chat.
The chat.
You know, if only we knew somebody that had his phone number. Could just send it to you.
Yeah, you can just send it to him.
Oh, you got the digits?
He's got the digits.
That's so hot.
It is.
When you get to 60,000, people will start sending you their digits too. The problem is he sent me the digits and a digital room key. I didn't even know you could do that. Like, that was new. And if you get to 113,000 on TikTok, then you get all the numbers.
All the numbers.
There you go.
There's only 10 of them, so it's not like a lot of them.
But
maybe
do you ever regret doing like the type of content that you're doing? Do you ever think you should have sold out? Like
Nope.
VG?
Not even 1 second.
No, because that's their character, man. It's your character. You can't fake your true
George,
character.
you forgot the 6.
You can only fake it for so long before your true character comes out. So if that's your personality, if you want to try to keep the peace with other channels and, tell other people what to do, or you want to sell out or whatever you want to call it, that's what you planned on doing when you're doing it. You can't fake it. So
I haven't even reached out to companies. Like, I don't. Manscaper, he reached out to Hilti when he was like 45, 50, 60K, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Definitely, though, accept some offers, get some tools, and practice your videoing, because it's going to make you a better creator. It's more of a challenge than it is, trying to sell something. I used to just present the video, present the thing, and usually like, you didn't talk about this or that, and it's like, I didn't want to talk about this or that. There's your video.
I was actually surprised. I had like 3 companies reach out to me already, like before I even hit 1,000.
Right.
Yeah.
So they sent me, like, it's kind of sketchy. They were just like, "Hey, what's your address? I want to send you something."
Right. It is sketchy, and it can be. And be careful for scams.
Yeah.
Be very
careful. Was it before?
What is it?
Was it before? Have they hit you up yet? Was it some Chinese company?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it would be.
Take it easy, Twisted.
There's that. Link Null sent me a Brad nailer.
I never heard of him.
What's you later, Twisted? Who is it?
Thanks, Jake.
Link Null. They reached out like out of nowhere. They're like, "Hey, we've got some nailers. We want to send you some."
Looks kind of cool.
I wasn't expecting much at all, but I'd say I like it more so than the Craftsman and like the lower end you know,
Here's a problem with a lot of that stuff, right? It's $50, but for 80, you could have something you can pick up on the shelf
yeah,
that we know is badass.
right.
And that's why I stopped accepting stuff, because I want to help the company like get out there, and they're never going to get any better unless they get out there and perfect their tools and we find out what's wrong with them so that they
Right.
can make a new generation. So I want to help, but at the same time, you're putting your name on something and telling people to buy it, and it might not be great because you're not gonna be able to try it out every day because you're not gonna want to because you got the other stuff. So realistically, I accept something, but I'm not gonna be using it all the time because I just flat out don't want to, unless it's really cool. Like some
Yeah.
stuff's cool you get. The Kai Wheat stuff was great, right? Kai Wheats is a really, really good value. But now, and I've got affiliates in Kai Wheats that I never used. I never even sent to my PayPal. They're waiting to pay me for like a year and a half now. Milwaukee came out with this, which is auto sensing, and it's $50. So the Kai Wheats is 36, and you got to order it online. You can go pick this up for $10 more at Home Depot. And if you think it's a piece of crap, you just throw it this way.
Yeah.
You know?
It is kind of nice to have companies reach out to you and offer to send you tools. I've had them offer, laser engravers, robotic mowers, all kinds of stuff. And like, it is cool. And it is something that I do want to look at, but it's looking at it. But it is not like, the easiest way to get somebody to rescind one of those offers is tell them, I'm only going to give you an honest review. I cannot guarantee it's good or bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then most of the time they're like, oh,
yeah,
out.
They, when they sent me the email, they were like, first things first, like, you can say whatever the hell you want about it.
Right.
Tell us exactly what you think of it. And I was like, okay, out of the 3 companies that reached out, you're the only one that said that. And that kind of, to me, shows some confidence in your product. So I guess I'll take it. Hell yeah. Don't hold back. They literally said, don't hold back. Say what you want. I was like,
Right.
I've had a couple of them. They've sent me tools, and I'm like, look, this is never going on my channel because the tool's not up to standard.
Yeah.
And like, I've walked them through all the different points, like all the different areas where their tool just sucked.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, here's how you fix it. And this is what you want to do. Like, I've walked them through it, and they've two of the companies that I've done that to have both come back and been like, well, we've got a new design. We want you to look at it. They send me a picture, and I'll tell them what's wrong with it just from the picture, or what's right with it, or what, whatever. It can't all be negative, but I'll walk them through it. And then, I did, this company CC, the last one.
CC, yeah.
They reached out and they were like, dude, we want you to test out our impact wrench or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, your tool sucks. Like, I got it. And I'm like, your tool sucks. And
you tried it before they even reached out to you. Actually, you bought it yourself.
I sent them a video of their tool. And I was like, it can't even do this. And a Ryobi can do this.
Yeah.
And they were like, it's so much more power. Like, whatever. They went back on me. And I was like, okay. And I blew their shit up.
Right.
I was like, there you go. One test.
Yeah.
I was like,
seen a lot of like hit or miss, mostly miss, but
yeah.
I know TTC had like that one time CC did like better than the mid torque Milwaukee or something like that.
Hey, you dropped something.
No, I didn't.
Kids these days.
Man, I want to bring it back
that
to
nailer / crown stapler that I had.
Yeah.
It was like both. It was the same track. That was pretty cool. They wanted to send me a full blown framer.
Okay.
It was terrible. I reached out to him. I said, hey, I'm not making a video on this. I said, why not? I sent him the video. They said, well, we want to send you another one. That one might have been a dud. I said, okay, you send me another if you want. And then they were, because it takes, a couple of days for communication in China. Then they emailed me back like 3 days later and they said, actually, we're not going to send you another one. We're just going to go back to the drawing board on this thing. So if they ever reach out and they're like, hey, we got a new nailer, I'll probably accept it just based on that. But yeah, some of the stuff, like, it just doesn't make the channel.
Coochie.
What's up?
Bone wants to know.
Ryobi electric mowers that are currently on sale. How much grass you got? If you got, what is my house? 30, 40, 50, 60, 60, 75 by 75 yard, front and back, you can do it on 1.6.0. If it's wet at all, the mower is going to bog down a little bit and you're going to have to baby it just a little bit. It's not going to lock up on you, but you're going to have to pay attention to how fast you're pushing, or you can always take half of the cut instead of 3/4 of the cut like I do. For the price, for what you get, it's not a bad value.
There you go.
The next step up is $200 more. So Ego is probably the way to go. What are you saying?
I said get an Ego.
Yeah, get an Ego. They're $700, right?
The two like previous top of the line ones are on sale right now. So like,
Egos?
but XP or whatever, it was like $750. It's now $600. The one that was like $850 is now $700.
Okay, so yeah, you're $250 to $300 more when the whole mower is $340 right now with a 6. I mean, it's insane. It's an insane value. If you're in the city and you don't have crabgrass like I do, hey, I mowed that Thursday. It's already this tall.
Yeah.
Is that what you're calling your pubes now?
That's what they're called.
That was too easy. You walked right into that. There's so many of these you walk into.
Mower's not bad. I didn't mow the backyard, so I'll probably do a mowing thing, and I'll put a short on it on what it can cut. As long as it doesn't.
Poor Sancho, he has to go into the unkempt backyard. Least you can do is wax it for him. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, with the WhatsApp people? No, don't bother with the WhatsApp people.
The WhatsApp people?
Yeah, anybody that sends you a thing and they're like, hey, you can contact us through WhatsApp, don't even bother.
Just email.
The Ego will be worth $300 more than the Ryobi for sure. But
thanks, Boom.
It's a lot of money to put down for one piece of equipment when you can buy two for the same price.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys want to do the dinger thing like the fucking fat fuck over in Den of Fools does?
I don't have my soundboard on right now.
Oh, thank God. But thank you, Bone. We appreciate it, dude. Oh, that dude.
What's that app called again?
WhatsApp?
No. The app that I used. Sound something. I can't remember what it's called.
I don't know. After your nanny cam, I was done with you.
You don't like my manny cam?
The 2K Ego trail bike, that shit looks tight. It does look good.
Oh yeah, only $1,000 too, man.
Yeah. Now, if somebody reached out and offered me one of those, I'd be like, yeah.
You could attach two real style mowers on either side of that thing. Weigh it down like 50 pounds with some weights on either side of that bike.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
Just don't get caught in it.
I don't know who has a battery rebate. Any company that wants to send you a spindle sander or planer, give them Rodney's address.
Spindle sander. I haven't gotten one yet.
Hey, I have. I don't even I don't even look at the emails. Well, the thing is, and you guys, Cooch knows this a little bit, and Caleb, you'll learn it. But the bigger you get, the more often these companies will hit you up. And I can guarantee you, yeah, there's one right there. They literally just sent me an email asking me to test something out. just while we've been on the live stream. I probably get somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 offers a day. And I'm small. Like I have a small channel.
Yeah.
So I'm not 100K.
Compared to what? To me.
VCG, Den of Fools.
Yeah.
Was it the Total Retard Zone? And what's the other sellouts? The dudes that do the heart videos now. They used to be Belts and Boxes. I don't even know what their name is now.
Oh,
Tool
Show, yeah.
Okay. Tool Sellout.
Hey, this thing looks kind of cool. Did you get this one? Hang on, let me show there's no personal information. Did you see that one?
I don't know. I don't open them. I know. I look and see. I like. What's the name? I don't recognize the company. Delete.
It's how much is it? See, the thing is, I don't think it's available on Amazon right now. Yeah, see, look, it's currently unavailable.
Oh.
But they would send it to me because it's probably not live yet. They probably want to get people to have a video about it. It looks kind of cool though. But I'm just too busy, dude. Like I don't want to make a crappy video. I don't know if anyone's going to watch it. It's pretty cool though. And then also it has those holes where you can do your drawer pulls. These little knobs here. Come on.
Poor Caleb thought he'd come on tonight and see how easy this live stream shit is and learn a thing or two.
Those knobs right there, you can slide them and then you can get your drawer pull lines. It looks like a pretty cool tool, aluminum, but I just don't want to, I guess. I don't know. Should I? It's hard to mess up aluminum, dude. It's not like they're trying to make like a precision tool.
Well, it is a precision tool. It's a router. It's a router attachment. It is a precision tool, yeah.
You think it's precision? I think.
Have you used a router? Yeah, it's a precision tool.
Let me see.
Power supplies and testers for man. When I first started getting offers, I said yes to so many of them, and then I'd get the tools and I'd be like, "Oh, this is a giant pile of shit. Well, maybe I should start looking into this more."
Yeah.
And ended up not wanting to do any of them. Like not wanting to be part of it, not wanting to, not even wanting to fucking look at them. I just don't care. Like I've told my wife, I'm like, look, if you want anything, you can probably go through my email and find whatever you want.
Yeah,
I'm not joking, you.
Get that high chica, man.
Dude, I have a high chica over there, but I bought it myself. I bought it before I had a channel. Actually, I think I bought it after I got a channel.
You bought it right after.
To make fun of Ed. Ed, the old tech guy.
I think I'm going to have to bounce.
Oh, there is one thing I do want to tell you before we leave, because we're all going to get out of here now. But be careful of the other channels that are in your space or in this space. Because the minute you start having success, like really, really having success, not only will the channels change their attitude towards you, but some of the people that watch will also change their attitude towards you.
Right.
You can't control them, but the other channels that are out there that they'll be like, oh, don't do this or don't say this or whatever. They're not looking out for anybody but themselves. Their only interest is keeping you to be no more successful than they are.
Well, I was also kind of taken back by how many channels I've been watching for a while started commenting on my videos like early on.
Exactly.
I was like, everybody I'm watching besides like VCG and Review Zone, basically everyone else has commented on my videos. I'm like, holy shit. And then I did my rigid video that you commented on. I was like, oh shit, like everyone is commenting now. And I was like, babe, look, this super cool dude, he just commented on my video.
He was not talking about me.
No,
he was talking about somebody else.
That's about Impact Nation, I think.
Probably. Brandon's cool.
He commented, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Impact Nation just commented. Tactics started commenting. You started commenting. The bearded tool guy.
Yeah, Eric. Yeah.
I mean, we all obviously there's Dave and Gearspin Tools. They're about the same size as me.
Yeah.
Big Red. Everybody's commenting. We got all sorts of people commenting on my channel. But are you saying to be wary of those guys or other guys?
No. You're gonna find out. So when we started out, Cooch and I, and we started doing the live streams and stuff, we had another guy on that we wanted to make like a 3-person panel, right? And thought the personalities would work well together or whatever. And the dude was all for it until I started moving ahead of him. Right. Like when I was 1,200 and he was 3,000, and he could throw some of that around, he was all right with it. When he was still at 3,000 and I was at 4,000, then it got to be an issue, right? And then when I can't even remember what's his channel. Caleb Ross is the name of his channel.
Should I change that? I don't know. I can't think of a name. I was like, shit, just put my name on there. Whatever.
I'm not gonna say it.
Spanky Tools. Or Spanky Tools.
Spanky Tools.
Dude, but when I started having some success, the dude got jealous, like just super jealous. And it came kind of out of nowhere. And all along I've had people tell me get rid of Cooch. Like
they tell me the same thing about you.
They have. But they're like, he'll never get anywhere, and like just they talk bad about him behind his back and shit. Like little do they know, I talk to Cooch every day, like almost every day.
Say it to your. I hate the talk behind your back shit, man. It just makes me talk to me, please.
Every single one of those people that talk bad about him, they're not here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not welcome.
Should you not say the other channel you're talking about? Are you trying
the old tech guy?
Oh, old tech guy?
CP the Tool Addict?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you actually hear me. I speak bad about them.
Right.
Because they have no honesty and no
integrity. You exactly what job site I was at and what neighborhood I was in whenever you told me about all the stuff that went down.
Yeah, I went off on them. I was like, fuck you guys.
But I was never involved in that. I never get involved in girly high school shit, dude. I just it's too stupid. I do not care. I don't care.
Well, it was mainly just high school bullshit. And I'm like, well, fuck, I've been out of high school for damn near 40 years. Fuck you. Or 35 years, I guess. I'm like, fuck you. I don't need any of this shit. But that's their whole thing. Like, and people that like right now, if somebody comes in and they go, fuck, if they talk bad about me, cool. Like, all right, go ahead. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I would just say, just from the perspective of you bringing this up and me not, I never had anything to do with anything, so I don't think negative on Ed. I'm just saying, I told him to his face that I consider him a friend, and
all right, Paul.
I'd still do anything for him if he needed something. You're entitled to your opinions, but I don't feel that way.
If he was on fire, I would piss on him to make sure he didn't die.
I mean, that's good. But I just want to make it clear, I don't have any animosity or anything really to anybody, really, ever, because I don't care.
It's not animosity. It's literally that I don't want those types of people around. If you don't like me, don't be around. It's cool.
I was there when you tried to give him advice.
Yeah.
And man, if you can't accept constructive criticism, um, I'm not going to waste my breath anymore. You know what I mean? Like if you're not able to have a willingness to learn, uh, that's a different personality that I can't even understand.
Right.
You know, it's just not compatible.
Anyone that would work for Amazon. He doesn't work for Amazon. He works at Amazon. Difference.
Yeah. Fuck.
Everyone wants me to be solid and stop rolling around. I told Ed to his face that I consider him a friend and that I don't. I'm trying to be solid here. I don't wish anything negative, but I did hear that you tried to help him out and what he said, and I think that it's wrong. But as far as our relationship with me and Ed, I don't have any negative feelings at all. Wish him the best. Don't want anything to do with him. Wish him the best.
Yeah. I don't wish him ill. I just don't want him to be around. That's a difference. So
It was very drama like. It was very a negative kind of whine to it.
Yeah. Well, I will say this: like, Caleb has asked me to, and you have asked me. Correct me if I'm wrong or not. You have asked me to look at your videos and make critiques before,
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
If my
both of them,
videos
yeah.
are shit, then tell me.
and I don't do it.
Right.
And the reason for that is because when I have tried to help people in the past, they have always come back and said that I was like an asshole or
Yeah.
manipulative or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to help somebody out. I didn't ask for money or nothing. I'm just like, cool. And even to this day, when I have reached out to help somebody out, like, I've just gotten kicked in the teeth.
Yeah, I guess I was the only one.
Yeah, poor Cooch.
People don't know how to take critique anymore, though. Like, you try to help them out at all, they think you're attacking them personally or something.
Thanks, Paul. I won't. No, but it's just one of those things. Like, I watch your videos. I enjoy what you do. There are some things that I would change, but those things I would change. They are so minor that they don't really matter. It's just aesthetic.
I would change.
Well, it's just aesthetics.
I just throw stuff out there. I'll be like, all right, I need a video today. Let me put something up there.
Do you think that all my stuff I like?
No.
Do you think all my stuff is like polished?
I mean, I've probably deleted upwards of like 100 of my videos.
Dude, I don't even have playlists. My thumbnails are still barely acceptable. I'm just throwing out the knowledge to get it out there and then worrying about who cares to gather the important parts. I try to make a good video. I'll edit every once in a while. Sometimes you can over edit for sure. But for the most part, a lot of my life in the last year and a half, dude, has been on autopilot. I've literally just been dying.
Thanks, Dave. No, every single video I make or will ever make, there's something wrong with it. Like, every single one, I know it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll say the wrong thing, wrong cue or whatever. I don't write anything down because I'm just not wired that way. But I just kind of make my own stuff, and I'm happy with the way I make it because it's very much me. Like, I have a lot of knowledge, but how I disseminate that knowledge, you can't just watch one video. You have to watch a bunch to kind of get to the understanding of what I know. And it's kind of funny because like, I don't spoon feed anybody shit. I'm like, well, this is the way it is, right? And it's kind of on the end user to decide whether they can learn or not. And I don't try to persuade them. I don't try to persuade them one way or another. I pretty much treat everybody the same. Some of the regulars I've known for a while now, I give them a lot more grace when I talk to them in the comments or whatever. I try to like, I responded to Paul W. one time and I had to delete the comment because I was like, holy shit, even for me, this is aggressive. Then I went back and I just wrote it in a different way. Same idea, but and it was Paul W., by the way, Paul.
Hey, don't let me disrupt this. I really got to go though. So
all right, he's got to pee.
See you guys later. I got to go pray with my kids. So I'll see
Okay.
you guys later.
Caleb, you need money?
Yeah, you trying to send me some money?
Mark D's went to send you something.
I mean, I make some pretty good money. I don't really need money, but I'll take some.
There you go. I'm on a fixed income. If you want to send money, Mark, I'm just saying. No, I'm good. You need to decimate your knowledge. Oh, just all over us on a girl spinning break splash. All right. No, it's been a lot of fun tonight, and you can tell we come in with no real basic idea of a plan, but that's about it when we do these. And then we just kind of fuck around for an hour or two.
Yeah.
My first live stream, by the way, was 5 hours.
5 hours?
Dude, yeah. We went hardcore.
Real hardcore.
But I'm retired.
Like now, though, to your first stream? Did you have like a
What's that?
Did you have a lot of
yeah, I think we had 4,000 people for the first one.
Yeah.
But it was 5 hours long, so it was stretched out over 5 hours. When we do the testing videos, we'll pack in a few more than what we do tonight.
Yeah. I've seen some like get up to like 60 or so.
Yeah. And what when I go live on TikTok, I can get upwards of 150.
Do you still plan on being on TikTok with them saying they want to get rid of it or whatever?
I think I've got like 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Realistically, between court challenges and everything going on, I probably have three good years on there. Tactics never has a plan. Well, that's true. Thank you, George.
It's something about, I think it was several months ago, you said you weren't going to be, what was it, on Instagram anymore?
Yep. I deleted my Instagram account. 115,000 followers, and I just said, fuck them.
I've heard from a lot of people that like Instagram is not where you want to be, though.
No. TikTok has been amazing as far as getting companies to know me, see my brand and understand, and like, I've had so many businesses reach out and ask me to promote their shit, and when I was responding, it was only 2 letters, and it wasn't NO, by the way.
No,
it was FO. And I just leave it at that. I was like, I'm good. Take care, Dave. But it's been amazing, but none of them have been as rewarding as YouTube. Like I get to know the people on YouTube in a way I don't get to know anybody anywhere else. And Instagram was literally just like I was reading a name.
Yeah.
If I read the name, I would read the name and I would be like, oh, okay. I don't know who this fucker is.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get like to where these people are faceless.
Yeah, I've definitely, like, I tried to do Insta and TikTok and YouTube, but it was just, I find myself enjoying YouTube a lot more. Just in general, like, I always wanted to do YouTube, didn't really care for TikTok at all.
Yeah.
Didn't care for Instagram.
Well, I started TikTok because Ed, the old tech guy, told me to get on TikTok. I had never even heard of it. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is that? I mean, I've been on for two years on TikTok. When 113,000, I think, followers on there, something like that. But didn't happen overnight. I mean, if you're really serious about growing on YouTube, remain steady.
Right.
Just upload the same fucking time. Anyone that can hold a drill wants to start a YouTube channel. That's probably true, Mark. But just big. If you're going to upload one time a week or once a day, you got to keep at it. It's got to be every day. You can't miss. You can't skip.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Is like the past month, I'd say I haven't been on schedule at all. It's just been like, I got a video, let me throw it up there right now. It'd be like midnight on a Wednesday. And you're like, oh, bad move, shit. When I first started, when I saw my most growth and my most views was literally the first and second month, where I was like, I'm going to do 2 shorts a day. I'm going to do 1 video on Tuesday, 1 video on Thursday. And it was just going up and up and up every single day. But life happens, I suppose. I don't get paid from YouTube yet, so it's not.
You're over 1,000, right?
I am, but my watch hours are like 3,900 right now.
Oh, shit. I hit the watch hours first.
Yeah. Most of my videos were shorts though.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, because when I started, well, it was completely different. You had to have 4,000 watch hours, 1,000 subscribers before you could get a penny. And then what you got was it was pretty much a penny.
Yeah.
And I got the 4,000 watch hours within my first 3 months. And then it took 7 months to get the 1,000 subscribers. But I'm 3 years in, and I have been grinding at this. I think I've missed 3 days, maybe 4 days in the last 3 years where I didn't upload a video. And the results speak. Like, that is what it is. But I'm going to let these guys go, and then I'm going to show you something on the analytics side that you should be looking for on YouTube, and kind of teaching you how to read that.
Okay.
If you're interested, unless you got to go.
No, I mean, my wife left me. I'm a night shift guy.
All right.
I really appreciate you bringing me on and showing me to everybody.
Yeah. He's the midget with the muscles.
The midget with the muscles. I'm taller than half the crew I work with. Okay.
So what you're saying is that, what was it? The Munchkin Village is where you work?
Oh, right. Yes.
Right. With all the little people. By the way, best shirt ever.
Okay.
Only you have to be of a certain age to know this one. But we're going to let you guys go. You have a great rest of your evening. Stay safe this week. And don't forget, for all you Makita guys out there, blow them like you know them. And for the rest of you, manscape like you landscape. If you trim your bush, your deck will always look big.
Yeah. I can confirm.
Okay, exceptions to every rule.